Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Friday, October 28th. I don't know. I think I've probably said this before on the program in years past, but as you are all probably sort of scrambling and trying to figure out this weekend how you're going to deal with Halloween, on the record, not my favorite holiday. Just not. Mark, do you have an idea about what you're dressing up your beautiful son as for Halloween?
I think he's been saying something about a robot, so maybe we'll do a robot.
Okay, very good. My mother was always like, how about a ghost? I had a very late growth spurt in my life, and I believe I was Tom Seaver for about 6 years. So that was my big one. That was the one costume I wore from, I think, like sort of age 5 to 11. I didn't grow that much.
And you're still the franchise. Now you're the franchise of Jill on Money.
That's right. I love a franchise player. Okay. We are here trying to answer your financial questions, your money questions, and the range of what you ask us is absolutely dependent on you, what's going on in your lives. And if you have a question, the easiest thing to do is just go to our website, jillonmoney.com. There you will click the Contact Us button and just let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. It's so easy to do. And while you're on the website, you might as well bookmark it. There's tons of stuff there, great resources, all of our content. And of course, you can pre-order my new book. Mark did not have anything to do with the writing of this one. It's called The Great Money Reset. So check that out. It's right on the front door of the site. Okay, let's get to you. Right now, we're talking to Linda, who's on the line from Atlanta. Hello, Linda. What can we do for you?
Hi, Jill and Mark. I am so glad that you guys had me on. I sent you an email and I labeled the subject line, is it too late to take our retirement savings out of the coffee can that we buried in the backyard?
Tell us more.
My fears are showing through. So we've been married for 42 years. We have 3 adult kids. And we're very frugal savers, but we lost a lot of money in some aggressive retirement funds and in college 529s a few years back during that 2008 market crash. We didn't listen to the advisor who said hang tight. And so fast forward to today, we've been saving, but our money isn't really growing. It's been sitting in very conservative accounts. So we're just not really sure where we're headed with this and if we're ready for retirement. And my husband is getting ready to retire probably next year, December of 23. He's turning 70. He absolutely adores his tech career and does not want to retire. So what he's thinking is he might do a little bit of consulting on the side to stay mentally and socially in the field. And I'm 61 and I do not work. I unofficially retired back in 2013 to stay at home with one special needs child. And I never returned to the workplace after that. So we've just been saving. And I've kind of been the CEO at home. But now we're realizing this is what we've been working for and it's here. And we want to make sure that we spend it wisely into the future so that there's enough there.
A couple of questions for you. You've got money, you say it's conservative. The question I have is, how much money have you saved? Let's start with the retirement accounts. Let's just kind of go through what you have accumulated. So in retirement accounts, what do you guys have?
About 1.2 million.
When you say conservative, are we talking cash?
Some of it is sitting in cash. Some of it is in target funds, but I would say the majority of it sits in cash because we're terrified of losing what we earn.
Okay, so non-retirement accounts. Let's go with that.
In non-retirement accounts, we have $270,000 in what we call a growth savings account. And then we have another $30,000 in I bonds. And
Great.
So that's pretty much cash.
Okay. You guys own a home?
We do. We actually own 2 homes. So We have what we call our city home, and it is valued at around 850,000, and it's completely paid off. And we're hoping to downsize soon to something much smaller.
And what's the other home? Is it a vacation home, or is that where you will downsize to?
We call it our country home. It is a 120-acre farm located about 2.5 hours from our city home. And we actually spend half of our time there now. So my husband's job is so great that it's kind of a hybrid approach since, COVID came about. So we spend part of the time in the city and part of the time out in the country. It is, I don't want to call it a working farm. We work it, but we have some horses on it, and we do a lot of specialty produce. So I have a tiny little farm stand, and we play with it. It's just our way of getting away from the rat race. But we still have a mortgage balance on it. It's $105,000 left on it. The value of all the property, probably about $500,000. And we're not sure what we want to do with it. We love it out there. It's our serenity, but our kids want nothing to do with it. And I'm not, it's too far from, the lively stuff. So, but I'm not sure if that's really where we want to spend the final years, because it is pretty remote.
Right. You're like, oh, I need to be actually close to a medical facility, which would be good as we get older. Right now, if we look at your husband's income, what does he earn currently?
So right now, it fluctuates because he's got a lot of management incentives and bonuses. So for this year, he's at $280,000. Last year was $211,000. And all of that depends upon, he's not commissioned or anything like that, but it's goals that they've set up.
If you look at that 280, or let's go the year before, the 200. Do you know how much you need to spend paying your bills, living your life, not like skinny, but like what, kind of like your real life? What do you think you need to live on?
I know exactly what we need to live on, because he's proclaimed me the CEO of the house. So
all right.
We spend about $6,800 a month between the two homes.
And do you, you're both the CEO and the CFO, I might add, you're doing everything. So if you look at his Social Security benefit at age 70, what would that be?
So for Social Security benefit, we're looking at $4,800 a month.
Wow. That's the two of you, right?
That's him.
That's just him. And what would your benefit be?
My benefit off of his would, I'm sorry, that's his pension. I'm so sorry.
Wait, he has a pension? That's his pension?
Yes, he has a pension. That's if he were to take without a 50% joint survivor annuity.
What's the joint and survivor amount?
$24.16 a month.
And it's just those two choices. Is there anything? So sometimes they have a joint. They have different gradations of what the survivor might need.
I don't have the numbers on it, but I do know that there's a 75% and 100%. We just haven't gone that deep yet.
Okay. And what about, so that's the pension. Now, tell me what his Social Security at age 70 would be.
$4,166.
I mean, even if you just did joint and survivor, plus his Social Security and whatever you get on, that you tally along, you guys are in great shape. You're in great shape because you have income. And in fact, even though I wished that you didn't go super duper conservative, it probably gave you peace of mind. You're in great shape. You're in great shape. There's nothing bad that is going to happen here. Okay. There is nothing bad that's going to happen. However, I think, especially if he's going to keep working, even if I don't know, if he's going to work part-time for a few more years, let's say that, you do start collecting Social Security because there's no reason to wait once you reach 70. When you think about consulting, do you have an idea about what he thinks he's going to bring in, like 50 grand? Is that reasonable?
We haven't really talked about it yet. I know he's confident in it, but we haven't really sat down with, pencil to paper yet on that piece.
I guess it's also interesting for me to think about like the downsizing thing. I mean, just given where we are in the universe of housing and what's happening. I mean, you enjoy the country home now. There's no reason. And don't accelerate the pay down of the debt on that. Just keep that. It sounds to me like at some point that might be a little bit too much for you guys, but it's not yet. I don't even know. I'm not sure why you need to downsize if you like your house. Is it just too big for you guys?
It's huge. We've got like 3 floors. We've actually got one adult child living in a complete basement apartment with full kitchen. He's just getting ready to move out, but it's a big house.
If you were going to downsize right now, Linda, do you think that you could find something? Give me what you think you'd have to spend. And we don't want you to get a mortgage, obviously. You pay cash for this. But what do you think you'd have to spend in just an easier place?
Probably, for something half the size of what we have right now, probably 400,000.
Let's even say 500. Let's just say 500, okay? You'll have this money. Then the proceeds from that, what I would do is I would think about, just keeping that. That would, let's say that you have 270 right now in that growth savings. So let's say you put, the balance, you can put money in. You could do laddered CDs. You could buy, longer term CDs. You could look out at building just a government bond ladder. You could buy some US government bonds if you want super safe stuff. You can buy some 10 years. You can just make it really easy, really, really easy and simple and low risk because you don't like risk. I don't think you're going to have a problem. I just don't think there is nothing to worry about here. In making your pension choice, I'm going to lean towards if you are conservative and you are 8 or 9 years younger than your husband, I would have a joint survivor option and use that. Because between Social Security, even at the reduced amount for the pension, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Absolutely fine. And I don't think there's anything for you to really worry about here. One last piece of this is you said you have a special needs child. Have you guys done estate planning where there is some special needs trust that's been created?
Yes, we did all of that, and we've got our directives, our wills. This special needs trust was set up. So Great. All of that shell is sitting there waiting to happen. Okay,
perfect. If he really just wants to keep work, even just to have his hand in it a little bit, and even if it's even a smaller amount, even if it's not 50 grand, let's just pretend he's like, you know what, I'll do a couple of projects because I have friends who are in the business, whatever that is. Let him do it. It's not going to be huge, but it's nice because it'll just keep contributing to your income. Look, the only thing that's going to happen is at his age 72, you are going to be forced to pull money out of that retirement, out of those retirement accounts, right? So what? So pay the tax that's due. Pay the tax that's due. Don't worry about anything else. If down the line you decide to sell the country home, so you'll have even more money. But many people who call in this situation, what I'm yelling at them to do, because if you didn't have a pension, here's what you would have to do. You'd have to downsize the city home and sell the country home and have money available. But the pension saves your butts, and it's amazing. So your conservative nature has not harmed your long-term retirement plan. It has not at all. So you are in fine, I would even say really good shape.
Oh, that makes me feel so good.
We thank you for joining us. If anyone out there is feeling like, oops, did I make a mistake that's hurting my financial plan? We want to hear from you. And it can be whether you're young, you're old, you have a lot of money, you have a little money, whatever it is. The past is the past. What we are trying to do is helping you get to the next best place in your financial life. Not everyone is going to be Linda and her husband. You're not going to have all this fantastic, amazing income, but we can help you out. So just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button. Let us know if you want to come on the air. Check out all the great content that is living on the website. And of course, it is Friday, so we'll do some business. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Mark Talercio is our executive producer and the best one in the world. We are distributed by Cadence 13. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.